Good morning. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. We've reached day 19 of our 30-day accent challenge, where we bring you a live video every day to work on your American accent, intonation, pronunciation, other kinds of skills that will help you with your communication in American English. So if you were here yesterday, you saw we were beginning to talk about difficult speaking situations. We took a look at how to convey information over the phone, and we were talking specifically about giving out numbers and how to watch your pronunciation and American accent when you're giving numbers. You'll also find on speechmodification.com that I have lessons accompanying each video with practice materials, and there you'll find for yesterday's lesson my video about spelling over the phone and how to give your name and address. I'd like to keep on that topic today of difficult speaking tasks and talk about how to prepare for a job interview. Many times my clients come to me when they are looking for a new job. They might be reaching a point in their career where they're ready for a change, and they realize that their accent may interfere with the job interview process. So frequently people have excellent skills in English, excellent skills at their job, but they have an accent, and unfortunately it can either make it hard for people to understand them, which will interrupt and interfere with the job interview process, or there just is a bias with accents in terms of, is this person going to be judged? Are you going to be judged on your accent or on the skills you present in the job interview? So the idea is you can't obviously change your accent entirely 1 week before you're trying to find a new job, but you can prepare specifically for the job interview and really put your best foot forward. That's a idiom. We can talk about idioms in these lessons too, but you can really present your best self and try to reduce some of the issues you may have with a job interview based on your accent. We'll be taking questions in our live question and answer class in 15 minutes. So at 8:30 West Coast time in Seattle. So if you have questions about the accent training, anything that's come before, or anything that we're going to be talking about today, please feel free to join us then. So what can I do if I have an accent and I'm trying to prepare for a job interview and I want to really be well understood? Hi there. Basically, you can prepare specifically for both the job interview. Nice to see everyone today. For both the job interview and for your speaking tasks in the job interview. The first thing I suggest is to do some planning on what you're going to say. And this is obvious. You would be doing this for any kind of job interview anyway. Researching the company, researching the types of questions you're going to be asked, making sure you understand what the job is that you're applying for and what types of things you're going to have to be talking about yourself. But I would say rather than planning out and writing down answers, although you can do that as part of the process, prepare by actually speaking aloud the potential answers to the questions. Practice talking aloud, talking about yourself, answering the questions. The more you've said these things aloud, number one, the more comfortable you'll be in the actual interview. And number two, the more opportunities you have to watch out for accent pattern problems that might arise. One of the ways that you can find out what those problems are is to record yourself while you're talking, while you're answering the questions, and then listen to the recording. How does it sound? Can you hear some of the patterns that you know you have in your speech? What words could you be practicing on and improving? Are there any parts where you're going too quickly or where you can tell in your own speech that it might not be clear to your listener? So practicing, repeating, saying the things aloud many times, recording yourself. And then write down some keywords, some things you know you're going to have to say, even if you don't know exactly in what context, and practice on those keywords and practice on phrases with those keywords. So you'll be looking for example, if you're in marketing, you may be asked to talk about a project where you increased customer engagement. Practice the words customer and engagement and practice them together. So you're going to say customer, customer, many customers, these customers, lots of phrases with the word customer. You're going to practice customer engagement, increased customer engagement. See, I need my practice too. So you can definitely identify, and in those words too, you can check for what's my intonation pattern, what are some pronunciation patterns I have in those words. If you handle social media, for example, you're going to be practicing on words like Twitter, Twitter feed, managed the Twitter feed. You want to make sure that those types of phrases come smoothly for you when you're speaking, because if you sound confident and smooth in what you're talking about, it will also sound and be perceived as you having the knowledge there. You don't want to have your speech interfere with the impression that you're making about the content of what you're talking about. So in addition to practicing questions that you're going to be asked about your career, your background, and yourself, I also suggest that you practice a little bit of small talk for the introduction, for making the first impression in the interview. Sometimes, this is true for Americans too, people don't always feel comfortable doing small talk. It feels kind of hard to do, hard to navigate socially, especially for people who didn't grow up with that US American type small talk as in their culture. In today's lesson on speechmodification.com, I have a video talking about, and some links talking about what small talk is, why you should use it, how to use it, and giving you some suggestions. I suggest watching that video, getting familiar with how to do some of that lighthearted chit-chat, because it's really going to make a difference in putting the interviewer at ease and making you seem culturally competent and socially competent, which is going to make a big first impression, and they're going to judge you based on that almost as much as the content of what you're saying about the job interview. So take a look at my small talk video either here on my channel page or on my website, speechmodification.com. And remember that you can really improve from day 1 to day 4 or 5 of practice. So start a little bit ahead of time before the interview and really work through some of those steps of actually talking out loud, recording yourself, and paying attention to how you're presenting yourself, how you're speaking in the job interview context. You can find more information about this and other professional soft skills on my professional soft skills course. Go to my website and go to my courses page. You can get a free trial of that course or any of my other courses. You can take my free accent mini course, which is a great way to get started, as well as a course joining me for the 30-day accent challenge materials here on the website and here on my playlist. Subscribe if you haven't already to get notified when we're live. And I'll be back shortly in about 5 minutes for the Friday live question and answer. So you can bring your questions about job interviews, about anything in the 30-day accent challenge, or any other questions you have about the American accent, and I will answer them. If you can't make it to the live class, please feel free to leave questions on any of the videos and on my website, and I'll get back to you with answers to your questions and helping you with your American accent. I'm Christine Dunbar. Remember, if you want to sound American, you can do it. speechmodification.com.